Hello everyone, welcome to this video. My name is Amitabh, and in this video we are going to learn about AWS App Runner. So basically क्या है AWS App Runner? Suppose you are a developer and you want to your application run like a web application run globally with a domain name, and you don't know how to deploy on AWS. So you can use AWS App Runner. So how you can use AWS App Runner? It supports firstly a ECR repository where you have pushed your image, Docker image, and secondly from your source code. So in this video, we are going to use a demo CI/CD application where we have created the Docker image for that, created the Docker image of that and pushed it to ECR repository, and from that it deploys on a AWS App Runner. Is that very simple application? So let's get started. So this is the ECR repository we have to create, and this is no like a rocket science. You just have to create on a create repository and write this name. You can choose any name, but you have to then configure the CI/CD YAML file of a GitHub action. So just create repository and you will be having this repository ready. This is the prerequisite for this project. And then second prerequisite is adding a secret. So how do you will get this secret? You have to go to the IAM identity access management in AWS console. Then you have to create one user. So go to the user. I have created this user. Okay, and go to the security credential and create one access key. You can create like directly from here. Select this, next, and then add any description like a secure CI/CD, and then you are done. You will get the security access key and secret access key. Put it on yeah, in this you have to put this access key, and in this access key you have to put this secret access key. Okay, and in AWS region, whatever region you are going to use, put that. And in this demo I'm going to use this EU West 2 London Europe, and that's all for the prerequisite. So, and let me show you the GitHub action also. So for that, go to the source directory, and this is the YAML file I have used. So in this repo in this YAML file, I'm going to only use this code and build part. For deployment we are using a AWS App Runner. Okay, so in a app directory whatever changes are pushed, so this pipeline going to be triggered. So this project is fully a DevSecOps project. You can add it to your resume also, where we are installing a grep and also checking the dependency check and a git leaks. What is git leaks? Git leaks is used for like identifying any secret are pushed to the repository in a commit message. So it every time scan the commit message or go to the directory and search if any env is pushed, so it will be triggered on this. And in build and push ecr we are using a aws ecr repository. So here this is the repository name we have created here, as I have shown you. Okay, and this is the repository we have created already, and this is the docker build, as already we are using a docker build and pushing it to image and ecr repository. And we are also checking our application is working or not. So this is the 3000 port we are using for a docker application, and we are retrieving the service url of app runner. So first time this will not be shown. When second time we will do, then we will get this service url after the pipeline success. So let me also show the docker file so you can understand why we are using a 3000 port. So this is a very simple docker file, you can easily understand. We are using the base image as this, creating a source directory, install like copying the package or json, and installing only the production dependencies, and we are then exposing it and running it. Okay, that's a simple thing. And what else I have to show you? So this is the main code base I'm using. Okay, that's it. So I think I'm done. So let's trigger the pipeline. So we are going to change the app directory. So in the docker file we are triggering the test trigger. Okay, so I have entered the space. So git status, Git add git commit fm test trigger. Oh, sorry. Git push. So the changes are going to push to the main branch, and it will be trigger the GitHub action pipeline. Uh, yeah, you can see. So this is the CI/CD security job, where it is installing a SAM grab firstly, and then using a SAST, where also checking the dependencies and git leaks for a security environment. After this job is successful, then we are going to build and push the ECR image. After that, we are going to create the app runner. So let me show you first the CI/CD pipeline. Then we are going to use the app runner for deployment part. Very very easy for you can if you are given a task to like कि आपको कल दिखाना है application or you don't know how to use AWS EC2 वगैरह वगैरह, so you can use this AWS App Runner. You can also deploy with your source code also, but for this demo I'm using the ECR, which is very simple. You can use your Docker image also, but in Docker Hub, if you push and simultaneously frequently pushing the images regularly, then you get the rate limit. For that for reason, I'm using the ECR, and you can see that file scanned successfully, and there is no blocking वगैरह. And this is the git leaks. It is scan the commit, and there is no leaks found. So this job is successful. Let's go to the second job, which is a build and push to AWS ECR. So AWS create manual, okay. So this is image is also pushed, and let me show you. So you can see that latest image is also pushed. So let's create the app runner service. Then you have to click on AWS App Runner. Let me show you from scratch. Search for AWS Runner, App Runner. Okay, you have to select this. Then click on Create App. Where select go to the here and select your ECR repository and image tag your latest. Continue. Then select the automatic, like it will automatically detect your pipeline. Then it is deployed. Okay. Oh, okay. You have to say you can also create the role also or use the existing one. If you have don't have any role here listed, then use the create new role. Then click on next and give the service name as this. Okay. And port is our 3000, as I also showed you on the Docker file. And that's all. Go to the next and create and deploy. Okay, and this is the default domain it has provided. You can also add the custom domain if you want, like very easy. If you have non-Amazon like GoDaddy पे आपका domain है, so you can use this and enter your domain. Suppose मैं ये domain लेता हूँ, link domain करता हूँ. Oh wait, what has happened? Maybe मैंने इसको अभी तक ये deploy नहीं हुआ ना, इसलिए. So let this happen, then हम लोग करेंगे. And अभी यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं दिख रहा होगा आप लोगों को, क्योंकि let deployment log, you can see that successfully created pipeline automatic deployment. इसके बाद health check होगा. That's all. जो भी हुए आपके सामने इधर log दिखने वाला है. And और operation in progress. So let's wait for this to complete, and then I will show the application is running here. Every time when you code and push the changes to the app directory, then the pipeline is got triggered, and app runner will detect the changes and will merge it here and create the deployment. Okay, so it is a pure complete there's CI/CD for a DevSecOps pipeline, where the development code build step is done in a CI GitHub action, and for deployment we are using the AWS App Runner. So this is I loved about the AWS App Runner. You should also use. And for the repository, I will mention in the comment section. You can use it from there also. So let's wait for this deployment to complete. I will directly come to the deployment. It is hardly will take the 1 minute. So I will directly show you when the deployment is completed. Till now, I will cut the between the part. It will hardly take 1 minute. Okay. So now our application is deployed. You can see successfully deployed CI/CD service, and here you can also see the logs where they successfully routing the incoming traffic and to application. With you can see the deployment ID also. Here you can see our deployment is succeeded. So let's go to this URL, and boom, you can see our application is running without a zero downtime. Yeah, you can see deployed to AWS App Runner, fully functional. You can see the readme and apply at your end also. And let me trigger the test trigger again to check whether the application is complete CI/CD or not. So for that, we are going to update this app.js. In app.js, it is using the public also. So we going to index.html and just change the v2 to v3, which is a div, and we can see the difference also for you. There we going to see the v3. Okay, and for the deployment it will take 5 to 10 minutes. So after successful, you don't click on this, लाइक क्लिक भी कर लोगे तो क्या हो जाएगा, बट एप्लीकेशन दिखेगा नहीं. इट विल टेक 5 से 10 मिनट लगेगा डिप्लॉय होने में, ठीक है, प्रॉपरली. And so let's trigger the test trigger. So I have changes this from v2 to v3. Okay, git add, git commit test trigger 2. Okay, git push. So after this our pipeline is going to be triggered. Okay, so here we are going to see our trigger. Okay, you can see. So let first complete the security part, then we are going to push the image to AWS ECR, which we can see here also. After that, AWS App Runner will create a new deployment and deploy it. Then again, we can see the changes on in our application. Okay, as you can see, our security part is done. Now it is on the second job, which is a build and push to AWS ECR. Okay, it is starting the container, basically building, and then it is done the call to check where the application is working or not. So you can see that here our changes are phased, which is from v2 to v3. Let's see it get phased in our application or not. So we also got the application URL which is masked, because some of our a variable which is automatically masked by the GitHub action, but you can verify the URL like from starting that it is the same, like WCEB. Okay, so our pipeline is successful. Okay, then we are going to see the difference in you can see that operation is progressing automatically trigger the new deployment. So after this is completed, we are going to see our version 3 of application here. Okay, so let's wait for the deployment is completed. And if you want to apply this same project, you can check the comment section where I have provided the GitHub repository, and apply the same project at your end. For that, you can let me guide you. You directly go to the README, and you can see that it uses the Node.js and Express application technologies, and CI/CD. For that, we are using the GitHub action, and it is for security we are using these three, and for containerization we are using the Docker as I have shown you here. Oh, okay, okay, here, yeah, okay. And you have to provide this secret in a repo secret. Okay, for that you have to go to the setting, and then secret and variable action, and add a new repository secret. That's all. And for after that you have to create the AWS App Runner service, where you have to provide the ECR repository path and the image tag also, and port is 3000, and then create and deploy, and that's all. Your application will be deployed in 5 to 10 minutes. So let's wait for our deployment is completed or not. Health check is done. Just few seconds or more also. Okay, let's wait. Now you can see our second deployment is also completed. Okay, you can see. Let me refresh. Yeah, it is succeeded. So let's go to the URL again and see. Yeah, you can see that we from V2 to V3 it is automatically deployed. It is a complete automated pipeline for your project. You can use it at your end. So I hope you like this project and learn something new. Thanks for watching. बाय. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में.